What's up everybody, Jay here. More tips for World of Final Fantasy, and more importantly, this video isn't even about the two Mirages you can get, the two rare Mirages, the Flan Princess and the Marlboro Menace. This is about a new farm spot. And not just a decent, it's 8,000 XP a fight, it's 30,000 every few minutes. This farm spot will give you 80,000 XP about every 3 or 4 minutes. So let's get to it on this one. Let's hurry up and get right in. So first things first, you need to be on chapter 12. If you're not sure which one that is the Windswept Mire. And the only thing you really need for prep work on this is you need Mirages that can stack up to 14 weight and 25 water resistance, and then you need something that has a status ailment. So my suggestion for both of these things. First, for the stack, I would say the Flame Turtle, the Baby Behemoth, and Ramu. That'll cover the 14 weight and the 25 water resistance you need. And if you're not quite sure where to get the Flame Turtle, you could have gotten him back in chapter 11, or you can go to the Colosseum, and there will be a new fight that he's a part of, and you can capture him there. Now, for the status ailment, anything like poison, sleep, slow, any of that stuff works. I actually suggest that you bring Shiva for this one, though. Shiva has slow, and to me, it's very important for capturing the two Mirages, so we'll get into that a little bit later. So let's get this started. Like I said, you need to be on chapter 12, and you want to head to the save point at the end of this area. Thankfully, the Windswept Mire is really short, so it's really easy to get to the save point. And even better, thanks to the story, you have Snow with you, who has his version of Shiva from Final Fantasy 13, so you don't even need to bring anything with Chill. His version of Shiva is going to take care of all the bridges for you. So once you're at the save point, we want to set up the stack for the puzzle switch. Like I said, my suggestion is the Flaming Toy, the Baby Behemoth, Ramu. It covers it perfectly. So once you have that ready, head off to the left and you'll come right up to the puzzle switch. Once you're done activating that, head back to the save point real quick. So now what you want to do now that you're at the save point is set up your party, 1, for a Mirage with status ailments. Like I said, I suggest Shiva with slow. And 2, setting up at least your other 6 positions with ones that you want to level up. Once you're ready to go, save up, head back to the left and go past the puzzle switch. You can get ambushed right here. If you stay to the far right of this little sand path, right as you cross it, you can actually avoid the ambush. As you get to the next area, you're going to see the Flan Princess standing right in front of you. Walk up to her, her little Marlboro buddy's going to pop up, and the fight begins. First thing you need to do with this battle is unstack them. If you wanted to, you could have set up a party for that, but it's not really needed. You have the In Thunder, the In Blizzard, any of those abilities. You have your Channel Element. Both of those do stagger, so hit them a few times with that. Once the stagger starts, just use regular attacks. Now, once you have the stack down, start hitting the Marlboro Menace with slow. Once you have him triggered, just keep trying to imprison him. Shouldn't take long. Now, before you start trying to get the Flan Princess, you want to cast slow on her too. This is going to help you out a ton. Once you have slow on her, you need to decide who you want to keep alive, because the way to trigger the Flan Princess is everybody has to die but one person. So decide between Lon or Rain, whichever one you want to keep alive, and the other person undo their stack. Now have everybody attack each other basically and kill off all 3 from that one stack. When that's done, you can unstack the other one too. Now use the Mirages and whichever one you kept alive between Lon and Rain to take out those 2 Mirages left. And the reason you cast slow here is the Flan Princess doesn't really get that many chances to attack. You should be able to cycle through all of your guys enough to knock it down to just one person alive before she gets in another attack. Once you only have the one person left alive, she should trigger, and from there, use a Phoenix Down or a Phoenix Pinion to bring everybody back to life. You might want to heal up a little bit real quick and get back into stack form. The Flan Princess doesn't hit that hard, so the physical attacks aren't anything to worry about. The big thing to worry about here is her Dance With Me ability. This has a shot to put everybody into Berserk. But once you have everybody back up, start trying to capture her. And thankfully, slow should still be on her, so you should have plenty of chances to capture her before she has a chance to either hit you or use Dance With Me. And there you have it. Once you have her captured, 80,000 XP. So I know you're thinking, you said this was on farm. Well, that's what we're going to cover now. If you're doing this as a part of the story, it's best to actually at least move on, finish off this chapter, because beating these two head on can be a little tough right now, but it is possible. But for now, I would say at least finish off chapter 12. Now, for when you're coming back here later, first, I would suggest bringing a party that has fire and water. So either your Phoenix or your Ifrit, you can do both spots with them, or you can do one that has one or the other, and the other one maybe the Mega Shark Wool or some sort of water stack. The reason for this is that the Marlboro Menace is weak to fire and the Flan Princess is weak to water. Now the Flan Princess does have a resistance to fire, but it's not that big of a deal. Magic, one way or the other, hurts her more than physical attacks, so even with a fire resistance, it still does a lot more than a physical attack would. So once you're back in Ninewoods, you're going to use the gate, you're going to head back to the Windswept Mire, and you're going to either walk straight to them, or you're going to go to the save point first, just in case you had a few battles along the way. Once you've made it back to them, just kick their butts. You don't have the benefit of capturing them this time, so the fight could get a little dicey, especially thanks to Putrid Breath from the Marlboro Menace, but hopefully it won't be that big a deal, and even her dance with me isn't actually that worrisome unless you come back at a fairly low level. You gotta remember, with Berserk, you also get an increase to your damage, so you can actually hit her for a lot, even with her defense against physical attacks. And once you have them both down, there you go, another 80,000 XP. So all you need to do now is use your teleport stone, and it'll take you to the very first bridge inside this area. Head left to the gate and go back to Ninewoods. Now, save here if you want, or you can head right back in and do it all over again. Now, let's talk about a few ways real quick to make this go a little quicker. 1, bring a Mirage with Joyride. I know not everybody keeps one with them because you're wanting to level up certain ones, you want to keep variety in your party. It really does help to bring somebody with Joyride though. Number 2, you can avoid every ambush in this area. The one after the very first bridge, you stick to the right. The one up where she is, you just stick again to the right. You can actually get there without hitting either of the ambushes. And the third way to make this go really quick is to use the Stealth Jewel. Now you get this item in Chapter 16 on the big bridge. And if you've done the big bridge, that place sucks. But on the second area of the bridge, you go all the way up to the top, you turn left, and you come back down the other side, all the way to the bottom. At the very bottom is the Stealth Jewel. Now this won't stop you from having any random encounters, but it does greatly reduce the chances. So here you go, 3 more tips to make it go a lot quicker. You're going to be able to walk to the battle a lot faster, you're going to have less encounters, and you're going to avoid the 2 ambushes. So as you can see in the clip above, clicking on the gate in Ninewoods all the way to initiating the battle with her, if you take those 3 little steps, took me 1 minute. So you figure 1 minute walk, couple minute fight, you can do this in about 3 minutes. And for 80,000 XP, that's pretty good. So there you go, 2 rare Mirages, the Marlboro Menace, who is pretty decent, comes with Putrid Breath, and you can Joyride, which means you get to ride around on a Marlboro, which I think you could do with the regular one too, but this one's purple, that's awesome. And the Flan Princess, who has a great ability. It's called Celestiate, and what it does is it gives you a chance to use abilities without expending AP. And that is any ability. So that can definitely come in handy for some battles. But most importantly, an 80,000 XP farm spot. And if you want to turn it into even more of a farm spot, what you can do is stay in the area a little bit and just kill the stuff around there. Most of the things were Flan, you get some Mandragoras, you do get a couple Marlboros here and there, but they're all weak to magic. So if you have somebody with a decent AoE, you can kill them in one shot and get about another 74 or 7,900, I think it was, XP. So point is, the Windswept Mire is great to farm XP. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped out. If it did, leave a like, maybe subscribe. I'm going to have a bunch more tips, a bunch of other gameplay videos from other games coming up. I got Final Fantasy trading card stuff coming up eventually. I keep saying that. But as the time of this recording, the game is out in about 36 hours. So hopefully I will have some stuff up soon because, as I've said before, I'm going to try to be doing a giveaway for a few of the starter packs, which, if you've been looking into the game, everything from the boosters to the actual boxes of boosters to the starter packs are a pain in the butt to get. So hopefully I'm going to be helping some people out there. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Later.